What's going on, guys? I am your host, Michael Set It Off. This is the Set It Off Network. I got my man Will here. We are here previewing Oklahoma hitting the road to Tuscaloosa, Alabama this weekend. A little revenge spot for the Crimson Tide after what
Mm.
Oklahoma did to them, breaking hearts last year. Will Alabama right now a 6.5 point favorite at home, a 3:30 kickoff. I believe this game's on ABC. Not
Yep,
100% sure, but
it is.
yeah, man, this is one of the marquee matchups of the weekend. Well, it's two teams that are, you know, kind of in different paths right now, right? You have Alabama sitting pretty right here, 6-0 in the SEC, feeling good. Everything since that Florida State game has been on the up, and it really feels like Alabama is a machine right now. They've just been rolling through this conference week in and week out. Some games prettier than others, but all that really matters, Will, is that the W's continue to come and immunity. Um, but OU, on the other hand, fighting and scratching and clawing. It has been one of the weirdest seasons for Oklahoma. You have the whole John Mateer hype. They get the big win against Michigan, and then the Mateer injury happens, and this has been a completely different Oklahoma team since the John Mateer injury. They've now dropped two games in conference, so SEC championship hopes kind of dashed here, but still a chance here, sitting at 12 in the college football playoff rankings. Will for them to get a marquee win like this on the road in Tuscaloosa, this could springboard them into the college football playoff at large bid talk, which would be huge for Brent Venables in this Oklahoma team. How are we feeling? Initial thoughts on Oklahoma going on the road to Alabama?
Oh boy. So, quote from Kalen DeBoer, basically saying they certainly better remember 2024. And I remember 2024. That was a 24-3 ugly loss for Alabama. Maybe the worst one of the Kalen DeBoer era. I certainly can't remember one that was worse. Going and losing to an unranked team, your whole season comes crashing down. Different scenario this year for Alabama, though. They are now one loss team, and even if they slip up in this one, they're probably still fine. But fortunately for them, Oklahoma, they're a ranked team. The scary stuff is over. They had unranked teams against South Carolina, LSU, and I don't think they played their best ball in those games. But now they have a ranked Oklahoma coming to their house, and it's a revenge spot. I think Alabama is going to do a lot better this weekend, but you're not wrong about Oklahoma needing this one to stay in the at large. If they lose this, they're done. They're done, I'd say, because this is like their last opportunity to get a quality win. No offense, Missouri. No offense, LSU. But you got to beat Alabama here. And I don't know. They have been a different team, like you mentioned, since that Mateer injury. Going into Bryant Denny and beating the Crimson Tide, especially when Kalen DeBoer is going to be in that black hoodie, knowing that there's a ranked opponent coming into the building. I don't know if Oklahoma can handle it. We'll see.
Yeah, so many factors. We obviously, it feels like we regurgitate this information every time we preview an Alabama football game, whether it's against an unranked team or a ranked team. There's only one storyline to talk about. Kalen DeBoer against ranked teams, 17-3 in his career. Unreal record against the AP Top 25. I will never understand it. All right, we know his struggles against unranked teams, but when there is a little number next to your name, boy, you better watch out, man, because Kalen DeBoer, no matter what university he's at, he is coming for you. All right. So obviously that is a huge factor. And then you talked about it, the revenge factor. Well, you think Alabama fans don't remember this game and how bad it hurt last year, knowing that this was the game that really kept them out of the postseason last year. Even if they might have lost like a close game last year, it was the fact that they got dominated 24-3 against a team that was not very good last year. But this Alabama team is completely different than last year's team. And it all starts with Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson has proven week in and week out that he is the best quarterback in the SEC. 21 touchdowns, one interception all season long. And that is all without the help of any run game to speak of. Alabama 120th in rushing this year. But credit Ryan Grubbs and Kalen DeBoer, offensive coordinator, head coach duo. of scheming ways to kind of stay ahead of the sticks, right? Because we see teams all the time. I mean, go look at the LSU team, right? LSU can't run the football, but you know how Alabama makes up for it is quick passes and being able to pass protect. Alabama's offensive line super good, all right, at keeping Ty Simpson upright to get it to those talented receivers. And a key matchup I want to look for in this football game is we kind of saw Oklahoma's DBs really struggle against Ole Miss and against Tennessee, two teams that are very efficient passing the football. I believe Joey Aguilar almost had 400 yards against them, and then Trinidad Chambers was well over 300 yards as well. But the DBs for Oklahoma really struggled in those two games. Those are the only two teams that they played all season that are really going to hurt you through the air. So I'm excited to watch these Alabama receivers and Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, and company going at it because Alabama is a explosive play offense. That is what they do. They sling the ball all over the yard. All right. They know they can't run the football, so they have to hit these explosive plays through the air. So are the Oklahoma DBs going to be able to hold up this week? That is to be decided, but that is going to be a matchup of kind of what I think determines this football game is Oklahoma's defensive backs against Alabama's receivers and how that offense matches up against Brent Venables' defense.
Yep, that'll be interesting to see. And we've talked a lot about Oklahoma's defense being really good, especially start of the season. I saw that with my South Carolina Gamecocks. They just shut that down. But South Carolina's offense and Alabama's offense, different stories for sure. And Ty Simpson, you're not wrong. He is a really good quarterback over there at Alabama. And will he be able? How will he go up against that Oklahoma defense? Big time factor in this game for sure.
It's funny, you go back and look at a lot of the preseason stuff, and we even released our preseason SEC quarterback rankings, and it was a lot of Garrett Nussmeier, Lenora Sellers, DJ Lagway, and then you go
Bunch of
look at
guys not going to
you go
not
look at
going to the
last week,
playoff.
right? And Garrett Nussmeier gets benched, DJ Lagway gets benched. Lenora Sellers is regressed, it feels like, this season. I mean, and then you go and look at the people that nobody was talking about, and Gunnar Stockton, and Alabama's quarterback, and Ty Simpson, and now these two guys feel like they are the head of the household here in the SEC. But another guy we were talking about earlier in the season, John Mateer, he has the hand injury. And things have not been really the same since then. This team has really struggled since then to score offensively. They have struggled to throw the ball very efficiently. This is if Oklahoma is going to win this football game, Will, this has to be the outstanding game that we've kind of been waiting for from John Mateer. This has to be like your moment, right? You have to go out here and make the plays and win this football game because that is what it takes to beat great teams. It takes great quarterback performances, and we have yet to see that from John Mateer. But one of the factors that I was looking through the game notes, right? You go and look at their game against Tennessee. They had a ranked win there. You go look at the game against Michigan. They beat a ranked team in there. The key factor that I saw in both of those games, John Mateer ran the ball 16 times for 80 yards against Tennessee. He ran the ball 19 times for 75 yards against Michigan. So I think John Mateer's legs are going to be even a bigger factor here than his arm on Saturday because it is those 3rd and 6s where nobody's open, the pass rush is coming. Can you scramble and pick up 8 yards and keep the chains moving, keep these drives going? But one of the things that I was super impressed with Alabama this entire year, right, and a thing where Oklahoma really struggles, and it is Alabama's red zone defense. And you think that, okay, yeah, you're going to give up points if you get inside the 20, right? But it's about, in these types of games, it is about who settles for field goals and who can finish drives with touchdowns. All right. So if Oklahoma wants to have a chance to win this football game on Saturday, they're going to have to put some 7s on the board. And that is going to be super tough because Alabama is one of the best red zone defenses in the country. They limit teams to field goals and 0 points a lot. And so Oklahoma, if they get a chance to get inside the 20s, that's where I think John Mateer's legs become a real factor for them and being able to turn those threes into sevens, because that's what it's going to take to win this game on Saturday.
Yeah. Just looking at the spread, the total on this, we got Alabama as a 6.5 point favorite, and then 46.5 points is a total. So, it seems like Vegas is kind of predicting more of a defensive kind of game.
Well, it's honestly wild because, I mean, you think you give them 3 points for home field advantage. That means they really feel like this game on a neutral field is just a field goal type game, which is probably more of a credit to OU's defense. We saw LSU's defense, who had not been playing well, particularly well the last couple weeks, see them come out of a bye week, show Ty Simpson and company some different looks and really struggled. I feel like Ty Simpson in that LSU game was under a lot of pressure, more than he normally was. So, Brent Venables has been scheming this one up for a while here, and that defense is going to come well prepared. 7th in the nation right now, only giving up 14 points per game. Obviously, a big factor here, getting off the field on third downs. That is where Alabama makes its money. They are top 25 in conversions on third down. So can Oklahoma get them behind the sticks, maybe create some negative plays there to where they're facing a little bit more third and longs? But I really expect Brent Venables to come out with a great plan. This to be a very big defensive type game where I just feel like, personally, I think Alabama's just going to gut this one out. I just feel like you're going to get everything you got from Oklahoma. Like, this is it. This is draw a line in the sand.
Season.
Our season is on the line on Saturday, so you're going to get your very best. But I just feel like Alabama, that atmosphere on Saturday is going to be enough. I think Alabama wins this game. I just don't think Alabama covers. I think Oklahoma is going to keep it close enough under a touchdown.
Yeah, what you're saying makes sense, but I just go back to the Kalen DeBoer ranked and unranked theory, and Oklahoma's got a little number by their name, so I'm taking Alabama to win. I think they're going to cover. It might be one of those games, though, where it's close for 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter they pull away a little bit. Safe to say, are we both thinking it'll be under 46.5?
I don't know. I feel like that number's right on the money, honestly. So I could see this game being like 47 or 45 total finish right there. So
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they hit the number on the head. The number's probably not going to move very much. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm picking Alabama to win. I'm picking Oklahoma to cover though. So kind of the best of both worlds there. We're going to make good with both fan bases with that pick, but. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you guys for sure. Make sure you check out all of our previews throughout the week. We previewed a couple games this week. Going to be doing some upset talk as towards the end of the season. It's all about the upsets, kind of make or break what college football is for the year, right? With only a couple weeks remaining, these upsets are happening week in and week out. So we're going to be talking about them. We're going to be talking about them after the games, before the games. Just make sure you're checking us out. And you know what, Will? What do we want them to do, Will?
Subscribe.
Subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. It absolutely costs you nothing. It's not going to sign you up for anything. If your mom's not subscribed, dad's subscribed, don't steal their phone. Just borrow it for a little bit. Go on their YouTube, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 before the end of the football season, all right? We're right there, all right? And we need your help to do it. So thank you guys. If you're watching and you're already subscribed, we appreciate you. Recommend us to all your friends, all your little buddies. Make your girlfriend watch it. Whatever you got to do. All right. Just make sure you're tuning in every single week. And we appreciate you guys. We will see you guys next time.